They don't just give this sweater out to anybody. You gotta earn it, son. I need some clarity on the direction that this channel is going, and in order to get that, I'm gonna do a little miniature 5-day fast. But before I actually get into the fast, I need to address the elephant in the room. And that elephant is Matthew 6:16 through 18, where Jesus pretty clearly says that when you fast, you shouldn't do it publicly in order to gain attention. So in order to address that, I am going to present this completed project video to both, well, myself and a very close friend of mine. We're going to watch through it, and if we both don't agree that this video has pure intentions, but is instead just a opportunity for me to show off, then I'm gonna scrap the whole thing and no one else will ever see this video. So the good news is, if you're still watching this video passed inspection. It is way too early. This is the first morning of our little mini fast here for the week. I only have a couple minutes here because I gotta go in and play basketball. I want to quickly go through the list of things that I'll be fasting from this week and the list of things that I will be turning to instead. Things that I'm fasting from are the things that I, over the years, have learned that I tend to turn to in order to escape or to just be comfortable. So things I'll be fasting from, we're going to cut out all social media for the week. We're going to cut out all of Reddit. We're going to cut out my creator studio, which is where I check my analytics. I'm not going to do that at all this week. Go ahead and cut out just like sugary snacks. And we're going to cut out all like TV and YouTube, like consuming all TV and YouTube this week. Today specifically, I am just doing a simple food fast where I'm not going to eat until 5 p.m. tonight. Yeah, okay. And then the last thing is no video games for the week. So just no gaming this week either. And this is just for the week. This is just Monday to Friday. I'll break this fast on Friday night at 8 p.m. or I guess when sun goes down, whatever that is. So I've got three things that I'm kind of trying to replace when those cravings hit. These are the three things I'm trying to replace that time with. First one is just time in the Word. I'm trying to get an hour in the Bible every day. Number two is I want to make sure that I'm thinking about why I'm fasting from these things correctly, and that I maintain like a posture of gratitude, so I don't actually fall into this like transactional based fasting where I'm doing this in order to get something out of it. And then number three, I just want to be praying for a few things specifically. One of the things that I'm specifically praying for on this fast is the direction of what I want to do with this channel and with YouTube in general. But there's a few other things that I'll be praying for as well. So those are the primary things we're fasting from, and we're kind of turning to during this week. I'm gonna go play some basketball here. Luckily, I wrapped this recording up before anyone else rolled into the parking lot, so they don't think I'm an absolute psychopath sitting here talking to myself. Fasting update number one. I've got 3 takeaways for y'all. I did jot these down. I tried going through them already on a recording, and it went miserably. I'm so tired, so hungry. I'm gonna get through these though. First takeaway is fasting is really hard, and I really don't like it. I'm really hungry, and I would really like to just distract myself at this point by just watching YouTube until I can eat again. And I can't do that, and it's super frustrating, and I don't feel good, and I'm out of energy for the day, but I'm not out of time. So I have 4 or 5 hours that I have to fill before I can eat. So number two, my second takeaway, is that I really do enjoy fasting, and it's been honestly really great so far, which is it's an exact contradiction of my first point. But I want to be honest with y'all on this channel, and I am feeling both of these things pretty much at the same time, or maybe not at the exact same time, but in cycle with each other. I am super frustrated and super hungry and not having a good time. And at the same time, I'm also feeling some like deep contentment that I don't often feel. And there's like this undercurrent of joy, might be the right word. Contentment's probably better. Contentment over the idea over my rooster just crowed. Contentment over the idea that I am denying myself, which is a good thing. And then third takeaway so far is I would like to do this regularly. I don't have a regular food fast in my life, so it's something I want to incorporate. Probably once a week, sun up to sundown type thing, but I'll have to think more about what that's going to look like exactly. Showing a lot of leg here, aren't I? I have fallen asleep with the TV on pretty much every night of my life since I was in middle school. And it goes back to, I started then because I was basically just like terrified of dying in my sleep as a kid. So I would sneak out of my bedroom and go watch The Simpsons on the couch until I'd fall asleep. And it's something I still do to this day, just out of habit. I'm not afraid to die anymore at this point, but it is still just a habit I have ingrained in me. So last night was the first night in a very long time that I have went to bed without any type of TV on. There was a period a couple years back where I gave up all YouTube and TV for 40 days. And that was during my separation divorce period when I was alone. And that was extraordinarily difficult. I had a really hard time sleeping, falling asleep, staying asleep during that period, just because I was going through a lot of like heartache, a lot of turmoil. My mind was playing tricks on me like crazy during that period. So like in comparison, last night I was actually honestly surprised how easy it was. Like I had a little bit of anxiety going into it because I was like, oh, I'm not gonna, am I gonna be able to fall asleep? How's this gonna go? And I mean, I was tuckered out yesterday, and I was out right away, and I slept great. And I'll stick with it for this week, and we'll see how it goes after that. Woo. Do I have any clarity on my channel? Because that's the whole point of this fasting. I don't want to make content based on what the algorithm tells me. I want to make sure I'm creating content based on what I see as the correct content to make. So, not an exact answer of where we're going, but another, I guess, clarifying guardrail to put up in this whole journey. At some point, I do need to move from things this channel is not going to be to what this channel is specifically going to be. So I'm going to trust by the end of the week, we're going to get some sort of conclusion with that.
I don't know what's up, but I woke up feeling super discouraged about this whole video, this whole project, about making videos in general. I didn't sleep well. I've got all day Saturday open. My wife's out of town for a bachelorette thing. And I had a bunch of plans for content and videos I was going to do. And right now they just feel like a big waste of time. I've had people telling me in real life that they're enjoying the stuff that I'm producing. But right now it kind of just feels pointless and a waste. So that's where I'm at right now. I like to think that this whole YouTube project is not just about getting viewers and making money and getting popular. However, I was convicted of this question here while taking my coffee break today because I couldn't scroll on my phone. I was forced to just sit and think. Here's the question. Would I be content with continuing to make content and putting in the time, effort, and money, knowing that I would never break 1,000 views on any video? And the honest answer to that right now is I don't know. So it looks like that's what I'll be kind of pondering about for the rest of this week.
What have I learned in the past day? I've realized that I'm very anxious about running out of content idea. Not just about how well my content performs, but I'm kind of nervous that I won't have any good ideas. And that's definitely been convicting me to, even in this little project that I'm doing of YouTube, force myself to rely on God's daily provision in terms of like, if this is what He wants me doing, He's going to give me good ideas. And that time that I've set aside for creative writing, I don't have to get obsessive about it and spend all day trying to think of things. I will be disciplined in spending the time I have set aside for this project. And when I'm not doing this project, I won't let my mind just obsess over it, you know? If you're watching this, Steven, this is a sign that you should come work out with me.
All right, let's close out this fast. What's next? Where are we going? What did I learn? What's the big takeaways? I do feel like I got some really good direction based on some conversations with my wife this week and just based on some reflection and prayer. And I'm going to share kind of the biggest ones with y'all right here. I'm going to try to do this in one long take, just so it comes across as more authentic and genuine. But let's go ahead and dive into it. Our first one is I want to make sure I make content that has not been done before. I'm realizing that I really have no interest in just being another content creator. When I produce things, when I make things, I want them to be unique to something that only I could create. Number two, YouTube is a good project for me to pursue, and I'm going to keep doing it. And when I say good, I mean like a biblical sense of the word good. Like this is a valuable use of my time, my talents, and my resources in terms of like money. YouTube is hey dear. Mwah.
Have been YouTubing.
Thanks. I know, it's because I have to have extra lights on so you can see my face. So I do feel like I got the green light from the big man that this is a project for me to continue working on. Number three, one of the questions I asked myself this week was about would I continue to make content if none of my content ever got more than 1,000 viewers? And the answer to that was yes, but I would make less content. And I think that helped guide this decision to um, set the schedule for videos and shorts that I'm going to make. I'm going to stick to one long video a week and two shorts for a week for now, and then I'm going to make a short to highlight the long video as well. So it'll be a total of 3 shorts and one long video every week for the time being. That is just a number that I feel kind of at rest with right now. We can revisit that in the future, but right now we're sitting at one video, 2 shorts, and a promo for that video. Number 4. I want to make content that represents my life and is a reflection of my life and is honest and genuine and personable and relatable. I want it to be about the things I make every day. So this kind of goes into my next section here. That's not as specific as I wanted my content framework to be. I wanted specifics, like I'm going to make gaming content about Minecraft every week, right? Like I wanted to be specific, and I didn't get that. The as specific as I got was honest content, representative things that I do in my daily life. So because of that, because I didn't get the specifics on like what exact content I'm going to make, it's going to force me to trust daily that the Lord will give me the direction on the content that I'm making for that day, for that week, for that project. That's a lot of words to say that this is where I'm at right now today. If I want to make content like no one else is making, and I want my content to be honest and reflective of my life, then I need to live my life in a way that no one else is living, which is great because that means I will live my life following Christ, and then this channel will just be an extension, an expression of that. I think that's it. Appreciate y'all being here, and I will see you alligators later.